Hello everybody! Congratulations if you've made it this far in the YouTube layout hop, because I believe that I am the last one on the lineup. So if you've made it this far, great job. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging in till the end, and I hope you enjoy this last video in the hop. My name is Fitty, but it's also Karen. And I know my intro says Fitty and Rue because this is my daughter and I's. This is me and my daughter's channel. And we go by Fitty and Rue, but we are also Karen and Eleanor. But Fitty and Rue is just more fun. So, Rue is not with me today. This is kind of a solo project. Although we used to back in the day, well, let me just say this. When Christine brought this up to me and said, hey, do you want to be a part of the YouTube layout hop? And I'm like, oh, like old times, you know, get the gang back together. I was very excited to participate. So in the past, oh, there's some baby feet. In the past when we used to do it, sometimes my daughter would do it with me and sometimes she didn't. But this time I decided to just tackle this project on my own. I didn't have a lot of time, so I'm pretty much ignoring what's going on the screen, but I'll just tell you that I decided to try to be very time efficient with this project and just print out all my photos all at once. I got out the Canon selfie, which I love. If anyone wants to know anything about it, I've had it about a year now. Love it. I've used it a lot, and not just for crafty projects. It just, honestly, it prints really good quality photos. And yeah, and the ink and the photo paper is not very expensive. I think it's like $30 for the ink and 300, no. Don't quote me on that. I could put a link if anyone's interested. You just let me know. But anyway, so I decided to print all my photos first and then cut them up, which was a good idea and a bad idea because after the fact, you know, after I was like going through my traveler's notebook, which I'm going to use to scrapbook these. I don't know if I said that already. I decided that I needed some different sizes of certain ones, so I don't know, but for the most part I had all the photos printed that I really need, and then while I was scrapbooking, some of them that I decided were nicer photos or were too small to see, I ended up just printing again by themselves. So I went through all my photo paper and my ink, so I'm fresh out, but I will have to buy some more for the next project. So anyway, if I haven't mentioned it yet, you've probably heard from the other videos that in order to be entered into the drawing to win a prize in this YouTube layout hop, you must watch each video, subscribe to each channel, and leave a comment on each video. A nice, wonderful, amazing comment. So, but you probably knew that already. But hey, there it is, just in case you forgot. So now I'm just gathering some supplies, most of which I don't use. You know how that goes. I'm actually in the middle of my kitchen right now. I have a craft room with a couple really nice craft tables, but I didn't want to disturb my sewing, so I decided to just gather some supplies and bring them into the kitchen. I have this old cutting mat, which is pretty wrecked. I usually let my daughter paint on it, and I covered it with this contact paper that I found. I think I was saving this contact paper for the dollhouse that Rue and I maybe someday will renovate. So I was like, oh, how pretty is this? And now that I'm looking at the video, it's a little busy, but it's still pretty. So that's where I'm doing my video, and there is pretty good lighting in here, except that one window is kind of making some glaring on the photos, but there are worse problems to have, I suppose. Um, so yeah, I think what I'm doing now, oh, I guess I just finished. I tried to put all the photos kind of in order. Oh, and there's my new mug from Hershey. I figured if I'm doing a Hershey Park traveler's notebook, scrapbook, whatever, I should probably use my new mug from Hershey. So we stay at the Hershey Park at the Hershey Park campground, which is a lot of fun. There are my sister gets a couple cabins, and well, this is the first year I think she got two because my mom came too. So, oh, that just reminded me of some photos I think I forgot to include. But anyway, so we don't really camp at the campground. We stay at the cabins, but it's definitely fun staying at the campground. Um, and as a side note, I guess I'll just let you know because you will see some photos where there's like washi tape covering the face. I really wanted to do this traveler's notebook with all my photos and not kind of leave any out. So, well, let me just back up a little bit. So, last year in October, my husband and I got licensed to be foster parents. So we were very excited, and a month later we got our first placement, which was an adorable little baby boy. And so we, or I actually, my husband didn't come on this trip with us. Actually, it was just kind of the moms and the kids, you know. So anyway, I was very excited to be able to take him with us. But the rules are that you cannot share their pictures or any videos or photos on any social media or YouTube or anything. So the photos of him that are in here that are, you know, a little larger, or, you know, the ones that you could really see him, I tried to cover him for the most part, you know, his face with washi tape. So that's why in some of these pages you might see that. So I figured I would explain that. So you weren't like, what the heck's going on here? Or think that I'm just making bad design choices. I think it was a bad design choice, Karen, to just, you know, put washi tape over that person's face. You know, it's just not, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing there. So anyway, but yeah, I was so excited to be able to take him. He had, you know, he's 8 months now, but he was, what the heck month is it? I don't even know. He was 7 months at the time, or he had just turned 7 months. So too little to really enjoy most of the things there, but old enough to still have a good time at the water park and stuff like that. So I have most of my photos of him are of him playing in the water. Hershey Park has, sorry I'm saying so much. Hershey Park has an awesome, they call it the boardwalk, but it's just an awesome, like, whole water park. And there are splash parks, wave pools, tons of water slides, and it's for all ages. It's just all different sizes. So, you know, the baby was able to just kind of sit in the water and splash around, and, you know, they have those things that, you know, where the water pops up out of the ground and stuff. So he just really loved the water. And I really don't think, I think he was too little to go on any rides, so he didn't go on any rides besides that, but he had a really good time. So I think I spend the most time on this first page, and then I just get lazier and lazier as the pages go on. But there's a watercolor background with a few splatters. The splatters I did with Close to My Heart, which also, this is a Close to My Heart watercolor palette, but Close to My Heart also makes what are called re-inkers. So it's really just like a little bottle of ink. So I used that to make the splashes. And then I'm using liquid glass on these little, they're almost like vellum dies. They are made by Heidi Swap, so I didn't think regular scrapbook glue would work too well on them. So yeah, so that is regular scrapbook glue for the other. Actually, I use this, you know, that's one of those glues that's blue and then it dries clear. But I have to say, this Traveler's Notebook is from Studio Calico. I used to get their kits a while ago, and then they started having a Traveler's Notebook kit, and I was intrigued for a little bit, so I've gotten 2 or 3 of them, and then I canceled my subscription because I just wasn't using them. I'm collecting all these things, and I don't have time to scrapbook. But the quality of the pages, like, they aren't that thick, so the watercolor and the glue, all of that stuff was kind of making the pages wavy and wobbly, so, but it's all good. It just adds to the rustic appeal of this Traveler's Notebook, I suppose. But yeah, you can even see how the pages kind of like bendy. The cover, I have to do something with it. The cover got really wrecked from the watercolor, so I'm gonna have to put another layer on it or something. I haven't decided yet. So I was gonna say before that I haven't really done much scrapbooking lately, but the only scrapbooking I've had to do, which is also related to our foster care, is that I have to actually make a scrapbook for any kids that are in placement with us, so that, you know, they can have a nice record of like what they did and, you know, while they were here, yada yada. So I'm like, wow, I actually have to scrapbook for so that was like my favorite part of the training. I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I have an excuse to actually make sure that I make time to scrapbook. So I have scrapbooked for him, it's a big 12 by 12 scrapbook, and I'm behind on that too, but I have used, Close to My Heart actually has kits now as well. And when I was consultant, I would get the kits, but I'm not a consultant anymore. So I canceled my kits because they were kind of expensive, but they did make it really easy to put a really quick scrapbook together. They were called like cut above layouts or something. So they were pretty much like no-brainer layouts. The pieces were like in there for you, and then they showed you exactly where to put everything. I mean, you didn't have to follow it exactly, but it just made it really easy. Like if you needed to do a scrapbook really quickly, that was just perfect. So, and I still have, I think, a couple boxes, a couple kits that I haven't opened, so I definitely have to add to the scrapbook because I think it only goes up to February so far, so gotta get working on that. Oh, excuse me. Another little side note is that it is 1:45 a.m. and I am in New Jersey. I don't know where you guys are, but we're supposed to have these videos up by 7 a.m. and I am really late. I started working on this, well, what'll be yesterday morning now. I was going to say this morning, but it's already tomorrow. And yeah, that's just how it goes. And I'm sure you could all relate, you know. And I don't think it's really that I've procrastinated. It's just a lot of things came up in the meantime, and yeah, I actually thought that I might get this whole thing done, and I took one morning and just did this, and I was like, I'm gonna do the whole Traveler's Notebook. I'm printing out all the pictures. I'm going to get him in there. And I was not successful, but I got through a little more than a half, I want to say. And not only that, the pages that are remaining, I laid out the rest of the pictures, so I know like what I'm going to do. Not really design-wise, but I know what pictures I'm going to use. And overall, this is the simplest scrapbook I've ever made in my life. I'm just being intentionally messy and collagey, and I'm really tired. So that doll picture, yeah, I'm taking a lot of time on this page too. My daughter, Rue / Eleanor, all of a sudden is like really into American Girl dolls. Now I got her one a few years ago for Christmas, which is that one right there. And like she wanted it, but like she wasn't like into them, you know what I mean? Like some girls are like into them. But now all of a sudden, like she's into them. Like she's looking at the catalog, she's like wanting stuff. And so, you know, it's not too bad because she doesn't have to have that same stuff. If we can find the same stuff cheaper or make stuff, then that's fine for her too. So she wanted to bring her on our trip, and I was like, okay. And we have a collection of Hershey hoodies. So we usually get a new one every year, but we didn't this year. We did get new mugs, which I already showed you. But yeah, so she said this doll's name is Millie. She says Millie needs to have her own Hershey hoodie. And I was like so swamped with work before we left, all stressed out. I'm like, there's no way I can like whip out an American Doll hoodie, you know? And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, how hard could it be? So it actually didn't take me too long. We found some scraps of like knit fabric. I have this like drawer in my closet from yard sales, I think, where someone was selling knit fabric, like stretch knit, for like 25 cents. So I have all these random rolls, and I remembered that, and I was like, oh, maybe I could just throw one together. And I did, and it actually was really quick. And then Rue said she needed a pair of jeans to go with it. So I made some jeans really quickly too out of a pair of overalls that I'd shortened. So I still had the pieces from the bottom. They were like really long. So it actually wasn't too hard. And I just appliqued the letters on. You know, I just cut them out of fabric, put them on the heat bonds, and then just ironed them on. And so it actually like turned out so cute that, you know, I was glad that I was able to do that for her, and she was so excited. And it was so hot. It was so hot in Hershey and humid and gross that like not even her doll wanted to wear a hoodie. But she did wear it like the first day on the way there and the last day. But I'm glad she has it for the fall, you know, because you always need your hoodies in the fall. And I can't wait to the fall because this weather has been so gross. And yeah, it was very rainy also in Hershey. It rains every day, at least for a little bit. And actually, like, I didn't even mind the rain because at least it cooled you off a little bit. But the humidity was just intense. I just wanted to take a shower every half hour. But other than that, it's still pretty fun. You know, you just have to buy a hat and cover your hair because it's like guaranteed bad hair day every day. So yeah, that's a picture of our foster baby. And I have to tell you, like, it kills me that I can't share his picture because he honestly is the cutest thing I've ever seen. He's so cute. Everywhere we go, like, everyone just falls in love with him. He's just the most adorable little guy. Ugh, anyway. This is probably actually, even though it's a picture of him, it's my least favorite page design-wise. I don't know. It just is. I didn't really know what to do. I think before I finish the second half of this Traveler's Notebook, I'm going to need to get some inspiration somewheres. Because, yeah, I was just in such a rush, just trying to get it done. You know, that dark photo in the middle there. Do I actually stick that? No, I don't put that photo there. I found another photo from like on the way, so I didn't want to put that after because we were already there. So that dark photo on the page where it says June everywhere, that's a picture of us arriving. So we left actually on Father's Day. So we just, all the moms left with the kids and we just said peace to all the dads and left them on Father's Day. We went to church in the morning and we were supposed to leave like shortly after. But for some reason we just have this problem of leaving at the time we want to leave. So we didn't leave till like 5:30, I want to say. So I don't think we got there till after 9 at night. It was dark. So that photo was us in the dark parking lot getting the keys to the cabins. We actually had to call and be like, how late can we get keys to our cabins? Because, we're not going to make it there. I think, it was close to 10. So they said, well, the desk closes at 10. So if you get here, well, actually, no, I think the desk was already closed. You had to go somewhere else, like the store, and get your keys. I don't know. But anyway, we made it, but we always do that. We get there super late. And then we end up like playing in the cabins for another hour. So I don't even know when we got to bed, but it's all part of the fun. So yeah, not crazy about this page. And as you can see, my table area has gotten quite messy already. I tried to be neat. I tried to keep everything in their containers. But then as I'm going through all these little cards and stuff, it's just getting messier and messier and messier. And that little corner chopper thing, it makes your square edges, that little green thing there, it makes your square edges round. That was the first one I had from Close to My Heart. And I think it actually still works better than the new one. They have a new one. Oh, I think it's time for more coffee. I was like, I'm going to videotape this part, How cute is that mug, though? That mug's adorable. So I got a full cup of coffee. I'm ready for another phase. Oh, what am I doing here? Just slapping on some watercolor. Letting it drip. I don't know. I've pretty much run out of ideas. I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I keep wanting to try and schedule in time to do my scrapbooking. And I don't know. I keep thinking if I get all my work done and I have Saturdays free or something, although there always ends up being parties and things on Saturdays, so they're usually not free. Like, I don't think I have any free for August. So you try to set aside time and then it gets filled up with parties and get-togethers because, there's so many people you want to see. And then you have to usually cook something for the party, so that takes up the morning. You know how it is. But I actually do like this page. I have so many little cute stamps. So I was able to use them. Little star stamp on the top of this page. I thought was pretty cute. And so there, you could see some washi tape. I wish I could even tell you his name because it's just so perfect. But he really, I mean, my nephews are so good with him. They just love him. I mean, they have just taken him in as a cousin. Like they don't even, you know, they don't even act like he's not part of the family. He just immediately was, instantly part of the family. And, just like when we first got him, we just fell in love with him immediately. So it's just so awesome that we got to take him. I can't even, now I'm getting all emotional, but I think about this whole like process. I don't know if any one of you have thought about fostering or anything or adopting. But I just feel like I don't deserve to do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm not worthy. I'm not. It's just such a blessing to be able to care for this adorable little baby. And yeah, I'm just amazed. Every time I wake up and see him, I'm like, how do I get to, how do I get to have you, even if it's for, just a little bit of time. But anyway, so yeah, my nephews had a lot of fun with him at Hershey. So these next couple pages are going to be all photos in the water park, which, like I said, I have most of my photos on those days. And actually, funny story, we were in the water park, and the announcement, or there was an announcement, and they were like, threatening weather is coming or something like that, so take shelter. And we're like, take shelter? What the heck? Like, there's not many places to take shelter. So people were starting to kind of head to the bathrooms because there was like an overhang, kind of like a roof area in front of the bathrooms that you could stay at, just kind of hang there. So we're like just still sitting by the pool, like nothing happened, like there was no announcement. We're not even moving. We're like at Nathan's getting hot dogs and stuff. There's like a Nathan's right by the pool. So we're not even moving. All of a sudden, like out of nowhere, like this dark cloud comes. It gets really dark and windy, and like just torrential downpours just out of nowhere. So we're like under one of these umbrellas by the pool, and we're just cracking up and like dancing, and a little bit scared, but it was so funny though. It's stuff like that that just makes these trips so much fun. So I'm still working on, what does that say? This is my happy place. The cute thing about these traveler's notebooks, besides the paper kind of being, not so nice, I've never, like, when I got the traveler's notebooks from Studio Calico, I've never seen them like this, that already had, like, patterned paper in them. And, like, that page said, this is my happy place, so that was already there. So, it did already look like a scrapbook. So it did make it easier. Like, you really didn't have to go crazy and make backgrounds and stuff for a lot of them. So, I was trying to use some of my stamps because I actually don't use my stamps that much. And especially the ones that are like just patterns. So I'm like, I'm going to use some stamps. I got to use some stamps. They're just like sitting in this box. And I thought actually about selling. I have sold some of the older ones on eBay, or like some that I had doubles of, because I used to be a consultant, so I did have a lot of extras and doubles of things. So I did get rid of a bunch. Excuse me. But the ones I kept, I really like and I really want to use, and I actually organized them. Like, the ones I'm using now are for scrapbooking, and I have a separate box for card making ones, and then another box of Christmas ones. I think I have the most Christmas ones. because every year I keep telling myself I'm going to make cards for everybody, and I never do. I don't know why. Like, I'm totally on a mission to schedule my time so much better. I don't know what it is, and I think like tired is the main culprit. So, and here I am talking about being tired, and it's now 2 o'clock in the morning. And but maybe if I scheduled my time better, I wouldn't be in this predicament. But you know, I feel kind of like warm and snuggy talking to y'all in the middle of the night. So I'm going to be super tired tomorrow. And after I finish doing this voiceover and exporting this video, I have to make sure, because I'm probably going to fall asleep while it's exporting, because my computer's really slow and it takes a long time for it to do things. So I'm pretty sure that's going to take like 45 minutes. My daughter she started making her own videos, and I started teaching her how to do the editing. So she made her own video about, packing for Millie on the way to this trip. And I swear it took half a day to export. I don't know what the heck the problem was, but I was like, oh my goodness. We went somewhere, I came back, and it still wasn't exported. I was like, why is this taking forever? It was like nuts. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this, so I can have it uploaded on time. So I guess we'll find out. Hershey Park. Okay, so they also have a zoo inside the park. It's just inside the park. So if you have admission to the park, you have admission to the zoo. So they always have like animal exhibits outside of the zoo. Like they'll bring an animal out and tell you about it, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait a second. I'm still working on I guess I went back to this page for a second. Oh, before I talk about the zoo, let me just jump all over the place. My nephew Joshua, he's so adorable. He makes pirate face every time you take his picture. So I had to make a big version of that picture because he's making his little pirate face, and it's just so cute. You're like, say cheese, and he just immediately just closes one eye. But okay, so the zoo. I've been in the zoo like every year. So my favorite part of the zoo is where the bears are. And it's crazy for me to say that because I'm kind of scared of bears a little bit. Ever since I saw that one movie, I don't even know what it's called, but a bear attacks a guy. I don't know. I'm not even going to go into detail because then I won't be able to sleep at all. And I want to at least get a few hours tonight. So anyway, but these bears in this zoo in particular are adorable. And they're black bears. And the one was laying on its side. You can't really see. I'll do some still shots at the end. But you could see the bottom of his feet, and they just looked so cute. They just looked just like a teddy bear's feet would look. And I was just, so I had to get a picture of it. I have a lot of video of the bears. Actually, if I was smart, I would put it in here. Maybe I will. If I remember when I'm done with the voiceover to sneak it in. So if I do sneak it in, I'll sneak it in right here. Bing! Anyway, so anyway, I'm trying to send the video from my phone, but if you saw the video, it worked. If you didn't, it didn't work. So, okay, so, how many times can I say so in one video? I found a sheet of stickers that were a bunch of little phrases, so I was trying to use them. Really cute. And so on my on the Canon selfie, you could print bookmarks. So that's the style of photo I used for this page. It's 4 of the same photo, but it like makes 2 bookmarks. And these stickers are also from Close to My Heart. I'm using a lot of Close to My Heart stuff here. But it was like perfect, a walk in the park. I should have put a walk in the Hershey Park. But I'm not done with this Traveler's Notebook, so I still might go back and add stuff to these pages. Because some of them, I don't know, I think they might need a little bit extra. And these tiny cards, I don't remember what they go to exactly. They're from Close to My Heart as well, but they're like a kit that goes with one of their mini albums, or they had what's like kind of the equivalent of a Smash book, which is called a Crush, My Crush, I want to say. So instead of smashing things in a book, I guess you're crushing things in a book. So anyway, there's these packets of almost like Project Life cards, but there's tiny ones like that, and they're all square, so it's pretty cute. And there's Joshua wearing my mom's hair clip, so that was just a cute photo of him. And I think I'm coming up, oh, that's just me laying out some other pages. I think I'm coming up on the last page that I'm going to do in this video. So yeah, this was the prize of the week, was these little s'more stuffed animals, or stuffed s'mores, that my sister and my nephews and my daughter, like, we all were just in love with these s'mores. So they had them at one particular game, and then they had mini ones in the arcade, but they were in a claw machine that was pretty impossible to win, so we didn't win any mini ones. But my daughter got 1 s'more, and I think my nephew Luke got 7 or something. So, and then on the left are some otters, because that's another favorite animal of my daughter. So I wrote the three otters' names. One she had already, I think, from another zoo, and then she got the other 2. I got her at the shop at the Hershey Park Zoo. So yeah, so she has 3 little size otters. So we have reached the end of my video. I feel like I've been rambling on. So if you're interested in seeing part 2, so I can show you the whole Traveler's Notebook finished, you can let me know. I'm definitely going to finish it. I don't know if I'll video it, but if you'd like to see it, you know, let me know. I will try to get that done in the next couple weeks. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the YouTube layout hop, and I hope you enjoyed my Traveler's Notebook. And we hope that we inspired you, and I think we will be back at least once a month, I want to say. Hopefully I can keep up with the hoppers. So thanks so much for watching, and good luck. I hope you win.